me are sweet as roses in the morning. You to me are soft as summer rain at dawn, and love we share, that's something rare. The sidewalks in the street, the concrete and the clay beneath my feet begins to crumble, but love will never die, because we'll see the mountains tumble.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ed Rambeau, welcoming you once again to my little corner of the world. First of all, allow me to say I'm sorry I had to cancel last week's show, but I came down with some sort of bug that affected my vocal cords, and there's no sense in trying to do a radio show when you can't speak, right? So thanks for all your understanding, along with all your well wishes. They were greatly appreciated. But now that I'm back to 100% normal, for the next half hour, I'm hoping that me and my music can help take your mind off all the daily stress that the world is currently laying upon us, which includes such things as COVID and its various variants, overturning Roe v. Wade, along with that disturbing war criminal Putin and his meaningless hostility against the Ukrainian people. That's why this evening I've chosen a theme that will hopefully pick up your spirits with an evening full of rousing songs from Broadway shows known as Showstoppers, such as this opening composition from Jekyll and Hyde, written by Frank Wildhorn and Leslie Brickus, entitled This Is the Moment.
This is the moment, this is the day, this is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time, when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this momentous moment. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming becomes one. This is the day, just see it shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. This is the moment, this is the hour, when I can open up tomorrow like a flower and put my hand to everything I plan to, fulfill my grand design, see all my stars align. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the greatest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I'll sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
From Jekyll and Hyde, that was This Is the Moment, and the theme for tonight is Showstoppers, which brings us to this 1961 song written by Frank Lesser for his musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, where it was introduced by an incredible performer who could also be classified as a showstopper himself. I'm talking about that remarkable talent who recently passed away and will forever be greatly missed, the phenomenal Robert Morris. So rest in peace, Mr. Morris, and thanks for all the wonderful moments of entertainment you've given us throughout the years. For in addition to playing the part of that lovable protagonist, J. Pierpont Finch on Broadway, you also repeated your show-stopping performance in the movie version of How to Succeed. And in this particular moment, you sang this song to yourself in the mirror while shaving. Please enjoy my version of this memorable composition entitled, I Believe in You.
Now there you are. Yes, there's that face. That face that somehow I trust. It may embarrass you to hear me say it, but say it I must. Say it I must. You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that upturned chin and the grin of impetuous youth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. I hear the sound of good solid judgment whenever you talk. Yet there's the bold, brave spring of the tiger that quickens your walk. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. And when my faith in my fellow man all but falls apart, I've but to feel your hand grasping mine, and I take heart, I take heart to see the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that slam, bang, tang, reminiscent of gin and vermouth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. You, you. Mwah!
My Fair Lady is a musical based on George Bernard Shaw's 1913 play Pygmalion, with a book and lyrics by Alan J. Lerner and music by Frederick Lowe. The story concerns Eliza Doolittle, a Cockney flower girl who takes speech lessons from Professor Henry Higgins so that she may pass as a lady. Despite his cynical nature, Higgins ends up falling in love with her. The musical's 1956 Broadway production was a notable critical and popular success, winning 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. It set a record for the longest run of any musical on Broadway up to that time and was followed by a hit London production. Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews starred in both productions. Many revivals have followed, and the 1964 film version won the Academy Award for Best Picture. There were several show-stopping musical numbers that came from My Fair Lady, but this is one of the most memorable ones. It's called An Ordinary Man.
Have you ever met a man of good character where women are concerned? Well, I haven't. I find that the moment a woman makes friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a damn nuisance. And I find the moment I make friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical. So here I am, a confirmed old bachelor and likely to remain so. Well, after all, Pickering, I'm an ordinary man who desires nothing more than just an ordinary chance to live exactly as he likes and do precisely what he wants. An average man am I, of no eccentric whim, who likes to live his life free of strife, doing whatever he thinks is best for him. Just an ordinary man. But let a woman in your life, and your serenity is through. She'll redecorate your home from the cellar to the dome, then go on to the enthralling fun of overhauling you. Let a woman in your life, and you're up against a wall. Make a plan and you will find she has something else in mind, and so rather than do either, you do something else that neither like at all. You want to talk of Keats or Milton, she only wants to talk of love. You go to see a play or ballet and spend it searching for her glove. Let a woman in your life, and you invite eternal strife. Let them buy their wedding bands for those anxious little hands. I'd be equally as willing for a dentist to be drilling than to ever let a woman in my life. I'm a very gentle man, even-tempered and good-natured, whom you never hear complain, who has the milk of human kindness by the quart in every vein. A patient man am I, down to my fingertips, the sort who never could, never would, let an insulting remark escape his lips. Very gentle man. But let a woman in your life, and patience hasn't got a chance. She will beg you for advice, your reply will be concise, and she'll listen very nicely, then go out and do precisely what she wants. You were a man of grace and polish, you never spoke above a hush. Now all at once you're using language that would make a sailor blush. Let a woman in your life, and you're plunging in the knife. Let the others of my sex tie the knot around their necks. I prefer a new edition of the Spanish Inquisition than to ever let a woman in my life. I'm a quiet living man who prefers to spend the evenings in the silence of his room, who likes an atmosphere as restful as an undiscovered tomb. A pensive man am I, a philosophic joy, who likes to meditate, contemplate, free from humanity's mad inhuman noise. Quiet living man. But let a woman in your life, and your sabbatical is through. In a line that never ends come an army of her friends, come to jabber and to chatter and to tell her what the matter is with you. She'll have a booming, boisterous family who will descend on you en masse. She'll have a large Wagnerian mother with a voice that shatters glass. Let a woman in your life. Let a woman in your life. I shall never let a woman in my life.
Sunset Boulevard is a musical with music by Andrew Lloyd Webber and lyrics and book by Don Black and Christopher Hampton. It is based on the 1950 film of the same title. The plot revolves around Norma Desmond, a faded star of the silent screen era, living in the past in her decaying mansion on the fabled Los Angeles street. When young screenwriter Joe Gillis accidentally crosses her path, she sees in him an opportunity to make her return to the big screen, with romance and tragedy to follow. Opening first in London in 1993, the musical has had several long runs internationally and enjoyed extensive tours. However, it has been the subject of several legal battles and ultimately lost money due to its extraordinary running costs. This is my particular favorite song from that show, and here's my version of With One Look.
They don't want her anymore. They all say she's through. Well, it's time they knew. With one look, she can break your heart. With one look, she played every part. She can make your sad heart sing. With one look, you'll know all you need to know. With one smile, she's the girl next door. All the love that you've hungered for. When she speaks, it's with her soul. She can play any role. No words can tell the stories her eyes tell. Watch her when she frowns. You can't write that down. You know I'm right. It's there in black and white. When she looks your way, you'll hear what she'll say. Yes, with one look, she puts words to shame. Just one look sets the screen aflame. Silent music starts to play. One tear in her eye makes the whole world cry. With one look, they'll forgive the past. They'll rejoice she's returned at last to her people in the dark. Still out there in the dark. Silent music starts to play. With one look, you'll know all you need to know. With one look, she'll ignite a blaze. She'll return to her glory days. They'll say Norma's back at last. This time she's staying for good. She'll be back where she was born to be. With
With music by Jerome Kern and lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein II, comes this next showstopper from their 1927 musical, Showboat, that contains the struggles and hardships of African Americans with the endless, uncaring flow of the Mississippi River. It is sung from the point of view of a black stevedore on a showboat, and is the most famous song from that show, Old Man River.
There's an old man called the Mississippi. That's the old man that I long to be. What does he care if the world's got troubles? What does he care if the land ain't free? Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but he don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters, and he don't plant cotton, and them that plants 'em are soon forgotten. But Old Man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Tote that barge, lift that bale, get a little drunk, and you'll land in jail. I get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and scared of dying. But Old Man River, he just keeps rolling
I hope you enjoyed my rendition of the incredible Old Man River. For those of you who may have just tuned in, you're listening to Ed Rambeau, and this is My Little Corner of the World on MemoryLaneOldies.com. Tonight's theme, Showstoppers, highlighting show-stopping songs from the most memorable Broadway musicals of all time. But before moving on, you all know what time it is. It's time for America's favorite Pussycat, Talking Tom. How you doing, little buddy?
I'm fine, and I hope the same holds true for you and all my adoring fans out there. By the way, Eduardo, your birthday's coming up next month, so yesterday I happened to stumble upon the perfect gift for you. And you're not gonna believe it, because it's something that's gonna really help you with your singing.
My singing, eh? I can't imagine what that could be.
In that case, I'll tell you. A hearing aid.
Don't be funny. But you know, you should keep it for yourself, because it might help you unclog those ears so you can hear what I really sound like.
That's exactly why I bought it for you.
Let's move on, Tom. How are things at home?
Not good. Angelina came home last night and presented me with divorce papers.
Ouch. That's terrible. Sorry to hear that. What did you do?
I said, where do I sign?
You did not.
I most certainly did. Then she told me she also wants full custody of Sheldon.
Oh dear, not Sheldon too. And what'd you say to that?
Same thing. Where do I sign?
Oh, come on, Tom. You know you love that little guy.
I do love him, but he doesn't love me because he told me he wants to stay with his mother.
Really? But I thought he loved you.
Yeah, well, so much for your thoughts.
I have to say, Tom, you are a bit much to get along with.
I seem to recall that being brought to my attention before. By the way, Eduardo, it's very befitting that you're doing a show about Showstoppers, considering the fact that you're one of the biggest Showstoppers of all time.
What? Are my ears deceiving me, or did you actually just pay me a compliment?
Compliment? What are you talking about?
You just referred to me as a showstopper, Tom.
Well, of course I did. The minute you start singing, everybody yells, "Stop the show!"
That does it. Say goodnight, you little creep.
Do I detect a slight tone of hostility in your voice?
There's nothing slight about it. Now just say goodnight.
Jeez Louise, why do you always have to be so damn touchy? Anyway, good night, everybody, and I'm sorry I have to leave you with El Groucho here, but hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks. But at the moment, my catnip awaits.
I'll El Groucho you, you little rascal. Well, there you have it, my friends. Something is getting harder and harder to say. America's favorite pussycat, Talking Tom. Returning now to tonight's theme, Showstoppers, here's one from the 1964 musical Fiddler on the Roof, written by Sheldon Harnick and Jerry Bach. The song is performed by Tevye, a part I certainly could never play in my younger years due to my look, but I might be able to carry it off now that I'm older. Anyway, in this particular showstopper, the character of Tevye reflects his dreams of glory as he sings, "If I Were a Rich Man."
Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, that it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, yabba dabba 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 da. All day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dabba 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 da. If I were a biddy biddy rich, yiddle diddle 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 man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There could be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each loud would land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a biddy biddy rich, yiddle diddle 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 man, I see my wife, my Goldie, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Oi, what a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them as the solemn and the wise. If you please, Reptavia, pardon me, Reptavia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Rada, radi, rada. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I'd discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
I certainly hope you had as much fun listening to that one as I had doing it. Moving on, this next major production hails from the Broadway show Oliver, written by Lionel Bart. On stage, the song started out with a bunch of street vendors selling their wares. However, since there are quite a few street vendors and only one of me, I was forced to sing all the parts myself. That being said, please enjoy my version of that amazing showstopper from Oliver, Who Will Buy? Who will buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny? Who will buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny? Will you buy any milk today, mistress? Any milk today, mistress? Who will buy my sweet red roses? Any milk today, mistress? 2 blooms for a penny. Ripe strawberries, ripe, ripe strawberries, ripe. Any milk today, strawberries ripe. Who will buy my sweet red roses? Strawberries ripe. Any knives, knives to grind. Any knives to grind. Strawberries ripe. Any my sweet red knives, knives to grind. Strawberries ripe. Knives to grind. Who will buy? Who will buy? Who will buy this wonderful morning? Such a sky you never did see. Who will buy my sweet red roses? Who will tie it up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me? Ripe strawberries ripe, so I could see it at my leisure. Whenever things go wrong,
and I would keep it as a treasure to last my whole life long. Any meadow today, who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly. Knives to grind, strawberries me, oh my, I don't want to lose it. So what am I to do to keep the sky so blue? There must be someone who will buy. Wonderful morning, such a sky you never did see. Who will tie it up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me? There'll never be a day so sunny it could not happen twice. Where is the man with all the money? It's cheap at half the price. Who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly. Me, oh my, I don't want to lose it. So what am I to do to keep the sky so blue? There must be someone who will buy my sweet red roses, two blooms for a penny.
Introduced in the Broadway musical La Cage aux Folles, this next showstopper is the finale number of the musical's first act, and performed by the character Alban, first played by George Hearn. The song was composed by Jerry Herman and is called I Am What I Am.
I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come, take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each sparkle and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. It's one life, and there's no return and no deposit. One life, So it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can shout, "Hey world, I am what
In conclusion, Peter Allen wrote this next showstopper with Dean Pitchford. It was written for Peter Allen's longtime friend Anne Margaret, whose husband was sick. Later, it had a deeper meaning when Allen's partner, Gregory Cannell, passed away of AIDS a year later. In addition, it had an even deeper meaning when it was performed by Hugh Jackman, who played Peter Allen in the Broadway musical The Boy from Oz, because it was when Peter himself was dying from AIDS, and the song's lyrics were now saying farewell to his family, friends, and fans in this remarkable composition entitled Once Before I Go.
Once before I go, I want you to know that I would do it all again. I'm sure I'd make the same mistakes, but I could make it through the pain and joys and aches I knew back then. I would do it all. I'd do it all again before I go. I want you to know that I look back with no regrets. And when our luck was wearing thin, and we were down and out, and still came back to win against all bets. Now when I look back, I still have no regrets. And it's so hard to say goodbye when there's so much that's left unspoken in your eyes. But unless I spread my wings again, I'm afraid I'll never soar. So hang on to the memories and hold me close once more, just once before I go. I want you to know that I have loved you all along. And even when we're far apart, I only need to feel you're living in my heart. And I'll be strong. I love you just the way I've loved you all along. And it's so hard to say goodbye when there's so much that's left unspoken in your eyes. But unless I spread my wings again, I'm afraid I'll never soar. So kiss me for the last time and hold me close once more, just once before I go. I want you to know that I have loved you all along. And even when we're far apart, I only need to feel you're living in my heart. And I'll be strong. You are the light that shines on me. You always were, and you'll always be. So I had to let you know, just this once, before I go.
once again, that about wraps it up, my friends. But remember, for those of you who haven't as yet read my novel, From a Distant Mirror, it waits for you and it's still completely free to read. Just go to Inkit.com, that's INKITT.com, and type the title, From a Distant Mirror, into the website's search box. All I ask is that you leave an honest review at the end. That being said, this is Ed Rambeau, and from my little corner of the world to yours, with nothing but love in my heart, here's wishing you an awesome remainder of your evening with our dear friend Ron Baker. So let's return now to Ron's Record Shop, and good night with buckets of love, everyone.